Hello and welcome to the BloodDK Dinar spending guide for Dragonflight Season 4. Of course, this is my opinion and my experience from doing 10 to 14 keys on PTR and seeing how BloodDK works in those keys and which trinkets and items are worth it to buy. Of course, we don't know exactly yet how often and how many dinars we get, but I think it's pretty clear that we get more dinars then we need to buy 3 items. Like in Shadowlands we could buy 3 items, but I think now we get more, but I don't know how many. My guess is we get either 2 per 2 weeks or 1 per week, so every 2 weeks we can buy 1 item. I don't know when it starts and all this kind of stuff. The reason why I think there's another vendor in addition to the items that sells a bunch of transmog, like a lot actually, and they cost 1 each. So basically each week you could buy a transmog with this calculation. And this mount from the last Shadowlands Season 4 costs 3. So if we get 6 total compared to Shadowlands, it would be really weird to buy this mount, 1 transmog and 1 item. So I'm pretty sure every 2 weeks you get 1, or every week you get 1, and every 2 weeks you can buy an actual item. Coming to the items, the first one as a BloodDK obviously would be the Scale of Awakening, which upgrades your legendary, and after you upgrade it to 502 you can use Flightstone and Crest as usual if it was any other weapon, and upgrade it to the maximum item level, which should be 335, because that's the rare items. Yeah, 535. This is the rare item max item level. So legendary is now 496, which is also the mythic raid chart. So I think the legendary would be upgradable to 535. So after you buy the legendary and upgrade it, my first choice would be to upgrade the tainted raid chart. If you're not a mythic raider, and you probably don't have a chance to get this on a high item level, and this is one of the best tank trinkets in the whole expansion, so I would just buy the tainted raid chart. It's never bad. Even for DPS packs you can use it probably. Yeah, this is really good for BloodDK. If you are just raiding or want to do damage, the augury is pretty nice. But the next items I would buy are from the first raid, the 2 fire rings, the Seal of Dinas Chosen and Seal of Filial Duty, which is just free damage and free healing without costing you any slot. You don't have to do any choices or like lose anything because you run a different trinket. It's just free damage and free healing on top of everything else. Of course, there's the Manic Grief Torch, Decoration of Flame. There's a lot of trinkets that you can use that gives damage. But in terms of defensive and offensive compatibility, I really like the Whispering Incarnate icon. It gives like a huge fuck ton, if you will, of versatility. I think I have somewhere here the higher one. Let's see. I'm blind. I will just use this one. Oh no, it's here. Like, yeah, it's 1,500 versatility and additional stats if other people use it, which they will, I guess, because it's a really good trinket. There's a few nice dungeon trinkets, so this I would buy last. If there's more than 4 items, I would buy this one last. Otherwise, you would just use any raid or dungeon item that you can find. Because the rings are super rare items, they're hard to get, especially on this item level, so this is an easy buy, mythic item level rings. Same goes for the raid chart and obviously the weapon. There's another few more items. This neck might be useful in a few dungeons, very niche, and the stats are not really that ideal, but this one is pretty okay. Of course, if you want to do raid damage, you get the Signet Brand and these kind of trinkets, but they're not really interesting for me because I'm a Mythic Plus player. So, to sum it all up, the first item that you want is the legendary. The second item that you want is the raid chart. The third and fourth item can be the rings, or if you are really struggling with finding a trinket, could be also Whispering Incarnate icon or another good raid trinket. But probably I want to look for the rings after legendary and raid chart, because It's just free value on top of everything else. And they are super rare, so they are harder to get than most other items, except maybe the incarnate item. Yeah, this is my list. I keep you updated and upgraded my items. I keep you updated during the season if any of this changes, like in the first few weeks, if I see, or if the Sims or something shows something else. But this is my plan to get these items in the first few weeks of the next season.